You're listening to STR, the Sandy Times Radio, culture, music, and beyond.
Can't tell why you're coveting that designer bag? Keep on listening. The Sandy Times is exploring the rich history of signature bags and how fashion houses successfully translated their legacy to fit our modern lifestyle. American name, Italian design. Hi everyone, this is Eat Bag Fashion Podcast on STR. This season, we explore iconic accessories. Each episode will explore one of the hottest bags on the market. Today, we dive into the world of Gucci. Turn the volume up. Blame it on the paparazzi. New York City on 1040 5th Avenue. The photographers are pursuing a lady. She runs by them. They try to take her picture. She covers her face with a handbag. They miss. She was gone. The next day, Jackie Kennedy, or more precisely her Gucci bag, the Constance, was on the front page of all papers. No one knew it then, but the Jackie was born. There are many pictures of Jackie Kennedy carrying her favorite crescent-shaped Gucci bag during the 60s. So the media started dubbing the purse as the Jackie bag. Sensing a great marketing opportunity, Gucci officially renamed the Constance as the Jackie, a name associated with elegance, and a long way from the characterless G1244 internal reference number. Gucci followed a tried and tested approach that paid dividends for the likes of Hermès and Dior. The Lady Dior, the Birkin, the Kelly had something in common. Their best ambassadors were the celebrities who gave their names to those famous accessories. They kept on wearing these handbags on a regular basis for a long period of time. By mirroring her peers, Jackie Kennedy managed to put Jackie's Gucci on the map. The relationship between Jackie Kennedy and the House of Gucci dates back. She was a loyal client. The story of how Jackie entered a boutique in 1964 and left with not one, not two, but 6 versions of the then Constance proves her love for Gucci's craftsmanship. That's some if I like it, I will just grab it in another color energy. Each season had its handbag. For example, the two-tone canvas one she took on holidays to Capri, the chocolate brown leather one for fall days, and the sweet one for winter. To this day, no one knows for sure why Jackie Kennedy fell so hard under the charm of the Constance. One theory is that the purse had an early version of the horsebit detail. That might have caught her attention. Being the original horse girl that she was, she would have had a soft spot for anything horse-related. Another theory is that the Constance was different from the handbags of the 60s. It didn't have flashy logos and decadent embellishments. Nor did it look austere and overly structured. And with Jackie Kennedy being the embodiment of quiet luxury, that might have explained her preferences. Either way, the Constance was a bag designed for a modern first lady. The Jackie effect. Jackie Kennedy had a very distinctive fashion identity for a first lady. Her legendary style was defined by a high degree of sophistication and simplicity. Jackie would have put all the #quiet luxury girlies out of business. Rising brands like The Row, Loro Piana, or Totem would have waited in line to dress her. The public adored her grace, dignity, and chic ensembles. Jackie quickly influenced fashion trends and inspired many designers. Women across the United States of America, and the world for that matter, copied the Jackie Kennedy style. With her husband John F. Kennedy, they caught the imagination of entire generations thanks to their charisma and the television. The Kennedys used the back then revolutionary television to fashion a shiny image. Rare are those who have managed to personify power, fame, beauty, and success like them. Jackie had a great deal of clout that today's influencers would die for. Some social historians even wrote, from New York to Dallas to Chicago, a national female fashion look started sweeping the country. What was originally a style sequestered to New York high society can now be found everywhere in America. Gone were the local unique styles of different parts of America. All women started to dress alike. Television, with the help of the First Lady, brought about a singular fashion revolution in America. In the process, it homogenized the American female look. And all the ladies wanted that Gucci Jackie bag. Jackie Kennedy single-handedly made her eponymous bag one of the most coveted accessories. With its timeless and practical design, The jacket became synonymous with quality fabrics, clean lines, solid colors, and subtle elegance. The American socialite represented the ideal Gucci client, but the world has profoundly evolved since her death in 1994. Gucci Gang. Gucci's dream was to design luggage for the aristocratic elite. A century later, the Gucci logo and the interlocking double G symbol are found on the belts worn by top models or on the bum bag of the hip-hop stars. Gucci is no longer associated with aristocrats. Gucci is heavily linked with the Instagram generation, whose idols form the new social elite. Previously, aristocratic socialites would buy Gucci items to display their impeccable taste, elegance, and wealth. However, Frida Giannini learned the hard way that the times had changed. Labels had to speak to the aspirations of a change in society. To reach this new generation of fashion lovers, labels had to gain the approval of style icons and celebrities. This is how a fashion house creates cultural interest and is relevant. Alessandro Michele was the man who successfully completed Gucci's transformation. During his tenure, he reinterpreted the house's classic by integrating a mix of eclectic vintage and streetwear. Gucci went from a boring wealth symbol to the peak of coolness. Michele's work was so instrumental that Gucci became a slang for awesome, all fresh. You can check it on the Urban Dictionary. Another Gucci-derived word is the verb Guccify. It means to bling out or to make something expensive and impressive. What would Gucci have thought of this? Would he have lost it? Or would he have embraced the global phenomena that became his surname? Fun fact: did you know that Gucci has been cited in song lyrics more than 22,705 times? Among the international hits we have Lil Pump's Gucci Gang, Rick Ross's Green Gucci Suit, and K-pop artist Jesse's Gucci. And who can forget the 2020 clip of Mamacita by the Black Eyed Peas? The video is filled with statement head-to-toe Gucci looks. The outfits were designed by Alessandro Michele, and some were customized by Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan was also a guest of honor at the House of Gucci's 100th anniversary. Back in 2021, Alessandro Michele threw a party celebrating the label's impact on pop culture. He presented 100 original looks for the 100 years. Obviously, Michele was inspired by all the mentioned songs. The collection paid homage to old-school hip-hop and raw punk rock. Many house classics were revisited in a limited edition release. The Jackie handbag was re-edited in new variants featuring the Gucci 100 logo. It goes without saying that within 100 years, Gucci transcended its jet-setter past. A fashion chameleon. Not only did Jackie's target audience change with the years, but also its shape. The design has been tweaked on several occasions, yet the essence remains the same. The Jackie is still a structured hobo bag with distinctive oval-shaped top handles. The handbag itself remains recognizable, even if each creative director took some liberties to add their own touch. These additions reflect the evolution of the society's taste and style throughout the decades. The Constance of the 50s had a detachable shoulder strap. The Jackie of the 60s and 70s featured the cylindrical piston closure. During the 80s and the most of the 90s, it fell out of fashion. We had to wait until 1999 for Tom Ford to give it a second lease of life. As creative director, he made the call to remove the strap and replace the piston closure with a push lock with a geometric buckle. It was heavily inspired by the house's horse-bead detail. In 2009, Frida Giannini introduced the new Jackie by re-adding the piston lock. She made the bag larger and less structured. Giannini also selected materials more suited for a slouchier, relaxed, and casual style. Afterwards, the Jackie was yet again forgotten for another 20 years. It was only revived by Alessandro Michele in 2020. There it was, the Jackie 1961. Michele's re-edition was extremely faithful to the original design. He presented the standard size and a mini version. That was his answer to the mini bags craze that was trending on social media. The removable shoulder strap was reintroduced and made longer. The color palette reflected Alessandro's taste for vibrant maximalism. A men version was released as well. The Jackie 1961 was designed with practicality in mind. It was made to be carried by everyone in different moments of their lives. The latest iteration to date was released by Sabato de Sarno in March 2024. It was the Jackie shoulder bag. The new design features a new look closure instead of the piston lock. The web strap extender replaced the shoulder strap. Also, the chain strap Jackie Notte made its debut. It was described as an ideal nighttime companion. After having talked about the designs, re-editions, and new releases, let us talk about the materials. Like everything else, it also evolved with the decades. Traditionally, the bag was made out of leather or the iconic diamond canvas with matching lining. Newer editions have a bigger variety. They come in floral patterns, suede, raffia, exotic skins, velvet tapestries, denim, crystals, and textile embellishments. These bags can still be found on pre-loved website if you search good enough. Vintage bargains? The Jackie is Gucci's most coveted handbag on the second-hand market. Today, a Jackie handbag price varies depending on the version we are talking about. Prices can go from $131 to $4,500. It can be a bargain or cost you an arm. The 2023 Christie's auction saw one of the most expensive Jackies ever sold. Made in 2000, it was an oversized Jackie bag in diamond canvas fabric with silver hardware from the collection of Vogue editor Andre Leon Talley. The celebrity link added an extra layer of glamour. It significantly increased the desirability and collectability of the displayed handbag. It was sold at $2,142. That is 3 times higher than its estimated price. Now, since no one among us is Andre Leon Talley, nor Anna Wintour, nor anybody remotely important shaping the global fashion industry, we need to invest in our handbags wisely. So here are our top picks for Jackie bags that will retain their value. Option 1. The classic Jackie bag in neutral colors. Option 2. The Jackie 1961 in pastel colors. Option 3. Any Jackie with a floral print. Option 4. The Constance. If you can get a hold of one of the original bags of the 50s, then you are a lucky one. Hold tight to that. The iconic Quartet. With each variation, the Jackie always managed to feature one of Gucci's iconic symbols. Gucci's iconic signature elements are the diamante print, the bamboo handle, the horsebit design, and the green-red-green web stripe. The original Gucci diamante print was drawn in the 1930s. It is a repeated geometric diamond pattern in dark brown on tan canvas. Upon a closer look, one realizes that it is the 2 facing letter G upside down. The bamboo handle was first introduced during World War II, during which the leather was rationed and was only used for military purposes. Actually, it was Guccio Gucci, the founder, who came up with the idea. The horsebit was first created in 1953 by Gucci's son Aldo, while he was experimenting with the house equestrian heritage to pay homage to his father. In 1955, the Web Green-Red-Green band was launched. The design was inspired by a horse neck strap. Despite being featured on the Italian flag, the chosen colors actually refer to the vests worn by high Englishmen while hunting. The stripes are a nod to the military ribbon decoration worn in elite private English schools. As we have seen earlier, Gucci wanted by all means to be linked with the aristocracy. So let's retrace this obsession by reviewing the House of Gucci's story. From Florence to the world. We've all watched The House of Gucci starring Lady Gaga and Jared Leto. So I'm going to spare you the family drama and stick to the facts. Gucci is 103 years old. It all started in 1921 with Guccio Gucci. He was the descendant of a great line of leather artisans. Guccio married Ida Calvelli, a seamstress. Together they started creating high-end luggage for the elites, aristocrats, and royalties. Gucci's first clients were none other than the guests of the Savoy London. They saw the high-quality and equestrian-inspired style of the Gucci bag an ideal companion for their status and lifestyle. Slowly, Gucci created a reputation as a luxury leather goods label. In 1960, the founder's son decided to make their label a global empire. An American store opened on the Fifth Avenue in the same year. Other shops were opened in London and Palm Beach. In 1963, it was time to have a boutique in Paris. 9 years later, the most awaited moment arrived. A flagship store was opened in Tokyo in 1972. The Asian market was conquered. In 1983, Gucci sponsored horse shows and sports events organized and attended by the British aristocracy. A famous example is the picture of King Charles III, then the Prince of Wales, proudly holding up his Gucci prize that he had won during a polo match. But that family success didn't last long. In 1988, the grandchildren faced many troubles. The company sold some of its shares to Invest Corp. 10 years later, in 1993, Maurizio Gucci, the last of the Gucci family, sold the rest of his parts. Since then, Gucci is no longer a family business. As the Italian saying goes, the first generation makes it, the second generation maintains it, and the third generation destroys it. Passing by the Arab region. A family business was destroyed, but a fashion powerhouse was born. The Gucci gang has become universal. The hashtag Gucci has been used more than 24.4 billion times, and the hashtag Gucci Jackie more than 30.1 million times. These numbers are for TikTok only. In fact, Gucci is a much-loved brand in the Arab world, especially among the youth who follows influencers, the golden children of Gucci. In 2020, Gucci made public its first global campaign that was entirely shot and produced in Dubai. It featured the most recognizable Arab models like Nora Atal, Ali Latif, Malika Al-Maslouhi, and Ibrahima Diaw, and was shot by the Lebanese-Sudanese photographer Dana Bolas.
I am Yola Macaron. I was a teenager when Jackie Kennedy was at her peak, and I remember all too well how my friends and I used to rush to buy the magazines or VHS tapes she was featured in. We broke down and analyzed each aspect of her outfits. Which color was she wearing? Which button shape? Which fabric? Cut, neckline, hat, handbag, and even the gloves. We would note down if they were short, to the elbow, or reached the upper arm. We always strive to recreate Jackie's outfits. Back then, traveling wasn't this frequent, so we had to wait for our annual family holiday trip to buy a piece or two from the European brands. And any other pieces we actually envied and were eyeing, we had to create them locally. We would scout for textile and get the same exact match, or as close as we can, and head to the local seamstress with a picture for her to recreate. We were highly admirative of Jackie's presence and aura, and we enjoyed to see her matching outfits with her little daughter. She was doing Mommy and I way before it was a thing.
Even for the older Arab generation, Gucci was known for the stories told about Jackie Kennedy. She was the style icon of her times, just like Lady Diana was in hers. Many Arab women tried to emulate her style and taste, and definitely sought after the Jackie bag. Kudos to Gucci for transcending the American aspect of the Jackie bag. Originally, it embodied an American ideal. With time, it grew to become a universal one, thanks to the visionary minds of the house's successive creative directors. Despite all the odds, they managed to preserve its legacy by ensuring it remained relevant for several decades. Tom Ford's strong sensuality and sexuality, Frida Giannini's sophistication and sobriety, and Alessandro Michele's charming eccentricity have kept the Jackie at the top of the pile. As Aldo Gucci, the son of the founder Guccio Gucci, once said, "Quality is remembered long after price is forgotten." And that is always the case when the design is Italian.